Thank you for tuning to the Smartalecs YouTube. Make sure you click the link in the bio. Like, subscribe. You know what to do. We really appreciate the love. Make sure you subscribe. So, today, got some mimosa that we're going to be blowing on right now. And wanted to give a quick review on the album Donda. Donda, Donda. Donda, Donda, Donda. Donda, Donda, Donda. Donda, 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 Donda. Donda, 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 Donda. So if you didn't know that the name of the album is Donda. And he named it after his mom, which is dope, which you would expect, for this album to be, dope. In my opinion, first review, listening to the whole album, which the album was long, over 20 tracks. I didn't listen to each one all the way through. Okay, didn't ride to it for an hour, for 2 hours. Pretty much skimmed through it, listened to the tracks that caught my ear the most, and there's probably about maybe 2 tracks, maybe 3 out of the 20 that caught my ear, and most of them that caught my ear were features with other people, which, no problem, but just 3 out of 20, come on, yeah, we can do better than that. That's my opinion, though. It was kind of like a gospel album again. Like, once again, I think, first off, Ye, of course, we know he's into the gospel and Sunday service and everything, and you can hear it in his music. A lot of songs have religious backgrounds to them, talking about God and Jesus and the Lord this and save me and this, that, and this, and it's to the point, and then it's to the point where it's like he's not talking about anything else. Can anybody agree with that? Like, he's still rapping like I want to say he's still rapping like JayZ on that old JayZ, on that New Slave song and stuff like that, where he's like, but he's not talking about, like, he wasn't talking about, from what I heard so far, and like I said, I didn't listen to every single word on the whole album, but I didn't really hear him touch on too many social issues, regarding the black community. JayZ, of course, he had his verse on jail, but, he didn't really speak specifically about anything. Ye, definitely, I didn't hear speak specifically about anything that is going on in the black community. And the reason being is because, and I think this is the difference between, one of the biggest differences between Kanye and JayZ. Why JayZ can continue to make songs and drop verses and shit, and people can continue to love him and relate to him and fuck with him, is because he's still attached to the streets. As much as I hate to say it, JayZ's a mogul and all that shit, but his roots are still in the streets. And when I say that, I mean that he never forgets where he comes from. So, when you never forget where you come from, then you can always relate to what's going on in the community, because even though you're not in the community anymore, you still have your finger on the pulse of the community, on the pulse of the city, on the pulse of the streets. And that's what JayZ has that Kanye doesn't have. And that's why with this album, I think there was a disconnect when it came to his delivery on some of it. Because some of the shit he was talking about, man, I'm just like, man, he was talking nothing but he was gospel rapping for real at some points in time, where it's just like, save me, God, I'm Lord, and it's just like, man, I don't want to hear that shit. You're a fucking billionaire, and you're sitting back talking about Lord, save you, help me, this, that, and this. What are you going through? What's the problem? Like, it looks like he's giving you everything that you fucking asked for. Why are you still crying? Why are you still suffering so much? Like, don't nobody believe that shit no more. Like, back when you were saying shit like, George Bush doesn't care about black people. Yeah, talking about their struggle. Yeah, you were still connected with the streets. You were still connected with the community. The disconnect happened, I don't know exactly where, but you can hear the disconnect in your music. And you keep trying to connect by making hard beats and having individuals around you who are connected to the streets. But unless they write your lyrics for you, which I don't even think they can do, because some of this shit you just can't say because people would know that's not you. Like it sounded dated. I mean, like I say, it sounded like the old Ye, but it sounded like the old Ye with the same problems. And you a fucking billionaire now. You still got the same problems. Gap still doing this to you, and they still ain't giving you this, and they still ain't giving you that. Like, nigga, goddamn. You still ain't getting your motherfucking way, bro. Shut the fuck up. Like, we don't care no more. We don't care no more, nigga. We've seen you start from the bottom. Now you're at the top. You're a billionaire. Nigga, rap about something. Nigga, rap something that makes us happy. Rap something that entertains our ears, nigga. That's what we want you to do now. Okay? Just make some dance songs and shit. You know what I mean? Because, you trying to tap back into the streets and trying to be a part of the streets again, it's not working, my nigga. And you bringing that gospel shit into the streets, that's not working either, my nigga. Because everybody doesn't believe in this religious shit that you believe in. There's a lot of people who have spirituality, who have spirits and think about spirituality, but the way that you was pushing religion on this album is just ridiculous. Everybody doesn't believe in the same God and Jesus and Hova. Everybody doesn't believe in that. So you shouldn't be trying to push that narrative throughout your whole album. 1 or 2 songs, cool, but damn, bro, I shouldn't hear a fucking choir singing on every goddamn song. That's just my opinion. I mean, I like hearing choirs sing on songs, but come on, man, every song has a choir in the fucking background? No, man, I'm not. Once again, it's like I was listening to a gospel album, okay? The times where it switched from gospel to something else was the times that I probably listened, like, oh shit, what is this? Doesn't sound like a gospel album. It doesn't sound like the choir's about to come in. And then even in those songs, the shit that come in, might not hear a choir, but best believe eventually a choir or some motherfucking harmonic vocals or some angelic vocals is coming in. I was getting tired of hearing that shit all through the album. So, it's just my opinion. Don't hate me for it. Like I said, it's just my opinion. I know some people are going to love it and they're going to cherish it and they're going to say it's a classic album. Hey, that's their opinion. My opinion, it's far from classic. And it's just, it's redundant. Kanye's starting to talk about the same thing over and over again because he's no longer connected to the streets. So somebody got to tap in. And then on top of that, even with this just shows you how much of a clown he is. And remember, DJ Envy called him a clown today. And I agree with him because look at all the bullshit he did around this album, and he dropped this album and didn't even drop it on the date that he was supposed to drop it on. Made people wait for the album. Told people it was coming out on one day. People telling it's coming out on one day, and the shit not even coming out on that date. Like playing niggas. Like it was just a clown. It was just a circus. And he made billions of dollars before he even dropped the album. I mean, once again, I don't knock the fact that he made his money and that he may be a genius, if that's what you want to call, using people anticipation for the music to make money. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing like waiting for a drop. And if some people got some merch along the way and things of that nature, so be it. But that's not how you should drop an album, man. You know, that really shouldn't be it. You should do your little promo run like everybody else does. Drop your album, do your promo run. see what the album does. All, being able, going out and renting out a whole stadium for listening parties and shit like that. Everybody can't do that. And regardless, I don't think everybody would want to do it because once again, it was just a circus. It was just no reason to do it. Especially even if you're working on the album. Like, that's not working on the album. That's having a listening party every other night. Then I'm working on the album. Then I'm going to have a listening party. Then I'm working on the album again. Let this part let people hear it. Then working on it again. Like, were you taking critiques out the crowd? Like, were there people in the crowd who you took to the back and was like, okay, so you heard the album now. What do you think about it? And they gave you their honest opinion, and then you went back and switched it. I'm just asking. These are just questions that I'm going to have to pose because of the bullshit that you put people through just to listen to this fucking album. So, that's my review on the album. Like I said, I don't think it was all that. More of a gospel album, if anything. But hey, it's Kanye, so what can you say? So appreciate the love. Once again, make sure you subscribe. We're trying to get our subscribers to 1,000 by the end of the year. We appreciate all the love. We appreciate y'all stopping by. Thanks.